Welcome to Season 2 of We Need to Talk About Ween. I can't tell you how happy I am that so many people enjoyed the first run of the shows. Thank you to everyone who liked, commented, and shared those episodes. Going forward, I'm going to select the theme for each season. This is going to help narrow down the song selections, as well as give me something more to discuss, rather than just my interpretation of the lyrics. I'll discuss that, but I'm also going to be discussing how this song relates to the overall season theme as well. Controversial songs will be the theme of the second season. Ween has its fair share of songs that dabble in topics that some more straight-laced people might find offensive. I see the humor or point being made about the subject at hand in these songs myself. Sure, you can hear something and take it for face value and decide to be offended, but it's way more interesting digging in a bit deeper and exploring ideas behind what might initially offend someone further, in my opinion. Ween has a long history with certain topics that many other bands would avoid, including disease, homosexuality, obesity, and just good old-fashioned swear words prominently being used in their lyrics. I mentioned way back on the intro episode to the first season that their iconic Chocolate and Cheese album cover was originally supposed to be a gay sailor, but their label wouldn't allow this to happen. I would love to have seen this version come out in some special edition format, but I don't actually think they got past the general idea of what it was going to be. This is just a great example of how they're often looking to go against the grain, make some people uncomfortable and just make others laugh who get it. While influences doesn't really have anything to do with this season, I figured it'd be fun to take some time to talk about Ween's influences that have gone into their own music. Probably the biggest one I can think of right off the bat would be Prince. The boys love them some Prince, and you can especially hear that in songs such as LMLYP and Monique the Freak. Sadly, Prince passed away this year. Apparently, Ween were going to do a very special, heavily Prince-fueled set at Levitation Fest, but sadly that fest was canceled. For those who don't know, Prince is one of the all-time great guitar gods. Do yourself a favor and dig deeper than the hits, which are also great, in the Prince catalog. The guy was a virtuoso. On his debut album, For You, released when he was 20, Prince is said to have played every single instrument, 27 in all. That's insane. You can hear his influence on Ween throughout their career, and not just in the more obvious songs listed earlier. Parliament Funkadelic also had a big impact on Ween, especially Diener in his playing. He holds Maggot Brain in particular high regard and has stated that he feels this song should not even be attempted to be played until you have mastered the guitar. Tear for Eddie is a tribute to P-Funk's former guitar player and Maggot Brain mastermind Eddie Hazel. Diener hosts the Invitational most Wednesdays at John and Peter's out in New Hope when not on tour. P-Funk Rock and Roll Hall of Fame guitarist Michael Hampton, aka Kid Funkadelic, oftentimes jams at the Invitational too. If you have some chops, you can sit in with the band yourself. I'll put a link below with details. I have yet to make the trek, but do want to soon. Roger Miller and Hank Williams are clearly a big influence, so much to the point where Ween made an entire country album. Sure, other country artists influenced them as well, but they have stated themselves the importance of Roger Miller especially on their love of the genre. I'll link a great cover of Kansas City Star Gene Ween Band has done live a few times. Past the full-on country album, some songs such as Drifter in the Dark were inspired by Roger Miller's sound too. Ween often have at least a slight nod to country sound on a few tracks per album. There's a shitload more artists Ween have talked about, or you can hear influence on in their music. Here's just a list of a bunch of ones. You want to check them out, or see if you can pick out where the influences come into play.
Oh, Gabrielle, the sun is shining in your eyes. Oh, Gabrielle, I didn't mean to make you cry. Oh, my sweet baby doll, I'll put you above everything.
Since doing the first season of the show, Ween has reunited for a few 3-night stints and some festival dates so far. I did head down to Austin for Levitation Fest, but we all know how that went down. I did meet a bunch of fellow Ween fans at the Poon show though, so that was a cool thing. I'm heading out to Philly as well as going to the hometown show at Riot Fest, and do look forward to meeting more fans of Ween and of this show. If you see me, come up and say hello. I'll try not to be too awkward. So far there isn't any talks of new material as Ween, but Diener does have the Diener album coming out in October. This is a solo project he's been working on for years, featuring roughly 30 guest musicians. Links to info about the reunion shows and the Diener album will be below in the description, as well as a great interview with Claude about the current state of Ween. That's it for the intro episode this go around. As always, new episodes will go up on Mondays for the next 7 or 8 weeks. Now here's a clip from
New York, 2007.
Enjoy.